Did Ice Poseidon just admit to being a part of a Ponzi scheme? We'll find out today on a Shot from the Point News update. Hi, I'm Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point News. Ice Poseidon, otherwise known as Paul Danino, otherwise known as the king of IRL streams. He was recently on stream, and he described what sounds like a Ponzi scheme, or being a part of one. I'll let you decide.
In order for the investors to make their money back, what we do is we grow the company to a certain point, and then we have other investors come in, and obviously they invest their money as well, hopefully more than $2 million. And then obviously when we get more than $2 million invested, the other investors will get their $2 million back, and then we have more money for the company and shit like that. So
you're using investors' money to invest in other people?
No, we're building a company, dude. We're building a website.
Okay, yeah.
It's not a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. Okay. I don't really know how to explain it because I didn't explain that very well, I guess.
No, you didn't explain it very well. Destiny, of course, chimed in on it.
He's literally describing a Ponzi scheme. And he's like, listen, okay, it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just I've got big investors, and I'll pay them back with the money that I get from later investors. It's like, that is a Ponzi scheme. You're literally like, if we were to look at the dictionary definition of a Ponzi scheme, this is it.
Now, Destiny is technically right here. The clip that we played you and the clip that he's commenting on is literally the textbook definition of a Ponzi scheme. Now, in fairness to Ice Poseidon, in the same clip that's floating around all over the place and everybody's saying that Ice is a crook and he's running a Ponzi scheme, he does go on to try to further explain it, again, not very well by his own admission.
Investors
Investors
invest money. If we reach the expectations of the investors, they invest more money with hopefully new investors as well. And then they are essentially paid back through either equity that's not diluted, or they just get their money back as more investors have invested money. So it's like hard to explain, but that's how they, and then obviously if we sold the company, that's how the investors would make the money back, by selling the company, not really from revenue that the company has.
And that's key. The investors would get their money back. That would make it not a Ponzi scheme. Is Ice a part of a Ponzi scheme? Well, nobody knows that for a fact. And just because he explained it poorly doesn't necessarily mean that is the case. But either way, it is abundantly clear that Ice has no idea what he's talking about. And to be honest with you, with social media personalities, that's not unusual. They have people that take care of things for them, like pay their taxes.
Thank you. My arm, I mean, I look pretty.
Already reported it to SEC and FBI, so good luck. Hopefully your books are accurate and can back it up when you get audited.
Listen, bro, I haven't paid taxes in like 4 years, okay? I don't need you to call the IRS.
Oh, my man's on a roll! The reason I played that clip is because it's pretty similar to the Ponzi scheme clip. He could be returning investors' money if things start to go south, or the company doesn't exactly work out, or he doesn't know what he's talking about. And the same thing goes for this I haven't paid my taxes in 4 years clip. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's saying he's never paid his taxes in 4 years. It could mean that he, I don't know, hired an accountant to pay his taxes for him, and what he's referring to is he didn't actually write it out himself like he used to in the old days. That's not out of the realm of possibility. There's no evidence one way or another, but it's funny.
So I'd recommend not telling the government about my fraudulent activities. Thank you very much.
I think the biggest problem for Ice Poseidon, if, like, let's say I was an investor, I might walk away with the conclusion that he's either a crook or he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
What we do is we grow the company to a certain point, and then we have other investors come in, and obviously they invest their money as well. I don't really know how to explain it because I didn't explain that very well, I guess.
Sign me up.